we're afraid to start with $35. We're okay with spending $35, but we are embarrassed because we should have learned this a long time ago. We made all these mistakes, and it's all tied to our identity, not our education level, not our experience and what we're capable of, but how we see ourselves.
Yes.
And no one can change that until you look in the mirror and you see something different.
Man, you're talking good. I did the same thing for my nephews, but I even went a step further. I opened up a 529. I just made the beneficiary of my trust. So if I have a kid, or if I marry a woman with a kid, I'm automatically changing that over to her stepdaughter, stepson, or my child. Because before I get, like when they turn 18, I want to be like, yo, before you was even born, I was thinking about you. Because I think we put so much emphasis on the look. I be looking at kids, they be having on Jordans and all, I'm like, wait, does he have any stocks? Does he have, do we have a 529 in place? So I love how you say we can get there. We just need the information, and that's why you're here today.
But it's not even just information. We need the identity. Well, I mean, if you think about it, you can learn. In 2013, when I left Wall Street, financial literacy was not a thing.
Facts.
Now you have so many people, black, brown, all types of people all over the internet. The information is there.
Right.
But giving our community information is not going to solve the problem. It's the person who receives the information with the money that has to change. But we have to also accept we got to unlearn a lot and relearn. And that takes a lot of work. Because you have to hit the places that hurt. You know, like, but listen, we need the information. But again, the wealth gap got wider during the pandemic when they gave out $2 trillion. How did we get free money, and the wealth gap got wider? Giving us more money, giving us information is not going to help us build wealth, because if you don't change the person who's given the information, who's given the money, nothing in their life is going to change, because when you grow, your bank account grows.
Yo, let's give them some information. Because you're right. It doesn't matter how much money you give a person. If the wisdom and knowledge is not there, right, then they won't know how to apply it. They're just going to be consumers. And we got to go from a consumer mindset to an investor mindset. And I always tell people the caliber of your financial future will be determined by the financial choices you make today. And we make better choices by getting the right information. So with you working in Wall Street, working with these major banks and working with these individuals who are making all this money, I'm curious, do you have like 2 or 3 things that you saw these people doing that we need to start implementing ourselves?
So I think it's about a journey.
Okay.
So I think we can go through the core things.
Okay.
But I don't want anyone to feel like you have to do it all today.
Facts.
The first step I would say is, if you're going to spend the money and give it to the company, it's a high probability the companies you can't live without are publicly traded.
Yes.
Majority of all stocks are less than $200-300 nowadays. Every company's on a stock split. It works for the world now.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will first tell people, you take inventory of where your time, money, energy goes.
Okay.
Just from when you wake up, to the car you drive, to the food you eat, to the clothes you put on, the toothpaste you use, the soap you use. A lot of these companies are publicly traded.
Yes.
So before you go try to do a deep dive into what do I buy, companies make money when they have customers. Who are you a loyal customer to every single month? Then you want to open a brokerage account.
Yep.
The brokerage account connects the buyer of an investment to the seller of an investment.
Okay.
Don't need any money to open a brokerage account. You don't need a credit score to open a brokerage account.
Yep.
You connect your checking account to your brokerage account. That's how you transfer. You use your checking account to spend, savings account to save, brokerage account to invest. Okay. You got those 3 things, you're good. But I think we're taught to save and work and we spend.
Yeah.
That's a good start, but you can't finish there. Your money has to work for you. And you have to tell it what to do. Be conscious of where it's going.
Where did that come from, you think, the save, work, spend? Is that?
Well, okay, we talk about living in America. America doesn't work if you don't take out debt or spend money. Like the reason they gave us stimulus checks is to get you to spend it. They knew you weren't about to invest it. They weren't about to save it. Right. You're going to put it back into the economy. The economy gets the cash. The money keeps flowing. The jobs get created. America's powerful. Yeah. And then you take out debt, buy homes. I always tell people America's the biggest marketer in the world. It's not a scam. Right. It's a business. Right. You got to know the rules of the game in order to play it, because what we don't know is that we are the #1 player on the court. Absolutely. There's no America. There's no powerful people if there's no consumer like the everyday person. They need you. And again, I aspire to be a billionaire, but you can create financial freedom and have financial ease having a job. But it's about being conscious and understanding that you can do anything. Your opportunities are limitless.
So good.
So then I would say, all right, so boom, there was no client we had that didn't invest. Okay. Even if they let's say they had stock options that vested and they had cash in a savings account, it was our job to work with the investor team to put together ideas for them to invest that money. Because when you talk about having $100 million at a 3% inflation, you're losing money every single day. So and one thing that I used to do is while they had $100 million, while I only had $100, I would add some zeros because it psychologically made me feel like I had a lot. Same way if you go to Starbucks, spend $10, you're doing it every day. But if you add a zero, you're spending $100 when you buy that same coffee every single day.
Come on now.
But even when I started small, I just added a zero in my head to make me feel like I was doing something, because it's more about what you feel like when you're doing it. An investor is not just a noun, it's a verb.
Yes.
It's something you have to become. So they all invested without a doubt. It was a standard, not an option.
Are you ready to transform your future and step into the tech industry where opportunities are limitless and net worth millionaires are created every single year? It's time to level up your skills and your income with Yellowtail Tech. You see, at Yellowtail Tech, they offer cutting-edge courses designed to prepare you for high-demand roles like cloud system admins, DevOps engineers, AWS engineer, and so many more. Imagine a career as a system admin or a site reliability engineer where your expertise is not only valued, but you guys, it's rewarded. Yellowtail programs are tailored to match your learning curve, ensuring you don't just learn, but you also thrive. With a diverse student body representing over 40 nationalities, they strive for gender balance and to provide scholarships to the underrepresented communities. Because you see, at Yellowtail Tech, they believe in the power of diversity. The tech industry is booming right now, and the time to act is right now. Don't just dream about success and dream about being a net worth millionaire. Take the first step towards making it your reality. I want you to visit anthonyoneal.com/yellowtail and sign up for a free consultation today. Your journey to a prosperous future starts right here. Yellowtail Tech is empowering you to soar higher and achieve greatness. Join them and be a part of the tech revolution. Visit anthonyoneal.com/yellowtail. Hold up, sis. Wait. You said it was a standard.
Yes. Not an option.
Not an option.
Yes. There's no wealthy person that just keeps cash laying around.
Wow.
It's cash is not going to generate you anything. It's always being put to work. Even now, if I think about myself and my business, Empify, what good is our revenue just sitting in a bank account if I'm not putting it to work to grow exponentially in any way possible? Like, it's just sitting there. I'm working hard for the money. So why does the money get to chill? I need to put the money to work and to do more. So there was no, and when you think about your portfolio of investments, and again, this is where it's levels to it. You have marketable securities. Yep. So those are your stocks, your bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, things like that.
Yep.
You have cash, which was typically around that time was around 10%.
Yep.
And then you had alternative investments. So those are things like your real estate, private investment, things that cannot be turned into cash quickly. Facts. But you don't know, I didn't see anyone at the time where all their wealth was in a property.
No.
Because if you need the cash, you can't get it easily.
Exactly.
Now, you can, again, there's multiple ways to build wealth.
Right.
And then, so boom, I'm making money. Now, they did their own thing on how they made it. So they own companies, whether they were trust fund babies. But the biggest thing is I'm making it, I'm not spending it all. I have to continue to grow it and live off of it. Then it came down to, okay, cool, God forbid something happens to me. And if you think about just the everyday person, you're spending all these years working to look up for your kids to have to work just as hard.
Man, now man, Lord Jesus.
Like,
Lord Jesus, Ashley.
I run a business. I don't want to just do all of this for nothing. But even if you don't have a business, like, I have members in our Wealth Builders community that have been working for 40 years. And it's like, just so the next generation can work for another 40 years. And this is where it's not about information.
Yeah.
What we're describing is on the inside.
Facts.
Because you have to have a burning desire to know my family deserves more. And part of the problem is we play victim a lot.
Right.
We think someone's coming to save us, whether it's a system, a president, a government. Someone's going to put something together to fix my life. And the last time I checked, no one has done that for Ashley Marie Fox.
I mean,
but we don't look in the mirror to say, I can do this.
Yes, ma'am.
But I have to become someone I've never been. Therefore, I'm going to have to do some things and feel some things and be very uncomfortable. But that burning desire to obtain that has to be 100 times harder than who you used to be. And sometimes it's easier to remain who you are. Yeah. And we don't like that as people. But with a wealthy person, you got at least $25 million, and that was the start to get access to the floor that I worked on.
Wow.
You're talking about people that make hundreds of millions of dollars, billionaires. Like, you mean to tell me I'm gonna work this hard so that the government, because they're gonna tax you when you die.
Facts.
So, and then I can't give it to my kids, I can't pass it down.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's now a priority.
Yeah.
I've worked so hard, it is a standard. And I think we don't think because I don't have a lot or because I have debt that I don't have time to think about what happens when I pass. I got to take care of today. You have to be in the present and you have to be in the future at the exact same time to be able to create the life that you want. Because again, we can't sit and say we want generational wealth when we're passing down generational habits that won't serve our family. When we're passing down generational debt because we are addicted to credit cards, not recognizing credit cards are not the problem. It's the emotion that's tied to the credit card that's causing us to be in debt.
No. Actually, you ain't gonna just skip over that like that. You said we can't say we want to pass down generational wealth when we're passing down generational habits that are not healthy, that's building generational wealth.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, I'm going to pass down generational wealth. Yeah, but what habits are you passing down?
Right.
Because I don't think people understand that. I'm just such a nerd. I'm like, but habits lead to systems. Systems leads to whatever you decide, right? So if you don't have the correct habits, you're putting in the wrong systems. Systems dictate where we go.
Right, but your habits are dictated by your thoughts.
That's it.
So what are we thinking that's causing us to have the emotions that trigger the actions that create the system? Because we all have it, but is it conducive to who we say we want to be? Or do we just want to be that person? Do we have to be that person?
But then let's go deeper, Ashley. See, we fall in here now. Thoughts are created by what? What we see and what we're around.
And what we experience, yep.
Exactly. So if you want to change your thoughts, change your environment. Once you change your environment, your thoughts change. Like you said, your thoughts will create those habits. Your habits will create the system. Systems and strategies is what gets you to where you want to go. Yeah. If you want to grow well, what you say? Oh, shoot, my pen ain't working right now. if you want to grow it, protect it, and preserve it, you got to get the right system and strategy. And it all goes back to your environment and what you're putting in your head.